Hello everyone, hope we're doing well. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you a swing trading method that you're going to be using to trade no matter the type of market you do trade, whether you trade stocks, whether you trade indices, whether you trade synthetics, whether you trade cryptos, name it, any type of market that you're involved in, no matter the type of trading you're doing, whether in the commodities market, etc., you can name all those types of markets. It won't matter, right? So we're just going to be looking at some few rules that we have to follow, and then you're just going to have to implement it. Now, what I'm just going to ask from you is just to sit tight. Do not skip any part. Make sure you follow until the end. Actually, if you watch this video critically, you may not need to look for any mentor. You just need to put in your work. You don't need to look for any mentor if you really follow and take notes of this, because you can use it to trade any type of market, and it's not very hard to implement what we are going to do. What will be hard is if you do not practice and you do not practice the rules that we're going to be looking at here, so that it will become confusing to you a bit. But when you master what we're going to do here and you just take out the points, just a few points that we're going to be pointing out, everything is going to be very, very simple on your side, right? So without wasting time, let's just kick into the video, right? So what are those rules that I would like us to first look at? I would like us to first understand a few things. We're going to be interested in a market that is just starting to trend or that is already trending. Are we together? And then we're going to be marking out the levels that have been tested and those that have, and also identifying those that have not been tested. And we shall be interested in the ones that have not been tested. Are you getting it? First and foremost, we're going to first identify a market that is trending. If it is already trending, it is okay. We're interested in it. And also if it's starting to trend, I'm going to show you how to identify a market that is starting to trend, especially those that are just changing, maybe from an uptrend to a downtrend or from a downtrend to an uptrend, so that you can start with it. If that is already difficult for you, you can get into a market that's already trending. I'm also going to show you that. Then also, which time frames are you supposed to be focusing on, or you're supposed to be using? The method of trading that we're going to look at today, you can use it in daily, and also you can use it in weekly. Then we have spoken about waiting for the untested levels. We're interested in those ones, right? First, we're going to mark the levels that have been tested. We know them. Then those that have not been tested are those that we are interested in. This method of trading, we're interested in the untested levels, guys. We are interested in untested levels. What do I mean by levels? By levels, I mean like if the market made a low, made a lower high, made a low, and we're down here, we have already tested this area here. Now we're waiting for the price to come back to this area before we can take a sell. I don't know if you get it. We are waiting for price to come back to those areas that it did not test. Are we together? We are waiting for price to, let me just repeat that. We are waiting for price to come back to the areas that were not tested. That's the logic behind this method of trading, right? So let me just clear this. Then the fourth is we're going to be looking at the entry. Where we're going to be taking our entry from? We're going to be taking entry from our H4. Why? Because majorly I'm going to be using my weekly, right? Remember we said we're going to be using weekly and daily. Now, if you're using weekly, you're supposed to be using H4. If you're using daily, you're supposed to be using H1 to take your trade. But since this video, I'm going to be focusing so much on weekly, we're going to be using H4. But if you want to use daily, please, the method is the same. Just change the time frame in case you're going to backtest. Change it. If you want to use daily, your entry time frame is H1. If you want to use weekly, your entry time frame is H4, right? How are we going to be setting our target? We're going to be setting our target to 3% of our account. What do I mean by 3% of our account? Like, for example, if you have $100 account, sorry, you're going to be targeting 3% of this, which is, let's say $3, right? Then what is your stop loss going to be? You're going to be risking just 1% of that account. But if you look at this 1%, which is like $1, this is a bit so small, right? So you can just risk according to what you're willing to take. Let me put it like that, right? If I put it in terms of percentages, this one will apply normally to people who have at least big amounts, right? Let's say like 5,000 plus, at least the amounts maybe will look significant. But if you have a small account, you can just say that I'm willing to risk $5. You can set your stop loss at $5, or I'm willing to risk $10 on this trade, so that I can make 3 times that, right? If I'm risking $10, I should be able to make $30. If I'm risking $30, I should be able to make $90. That's what I mean. But if this does not work for you, we're focusing the logic is just focus on a new low or a new high, because remember, we're looking at the levels. If, for example, we have a level that we made a high, we made a low, then the market had not tested this level and wait for the market to come back here. Remember, guys, the method is we are waiting for untested levels. So if price comes back to this untested level, we want to take and make a new high. This is what we're trying to mean here, a new low or a new high. So the other way around, if the market makes a low, makes a high, a lower high, makes a low, we're waiting for price to come back to this untested level. So we take the trade until it makes a new low. I hope that makes sense. Are we together? So our stop loss is just 1%. But remember, I've told you that this percentage formula is working for big accounts. In case your account is small, or just go with this method of I'm willing to risk this amount of money per this trade. Are we together? So these are the rules that we are going to be following. So without wasting time, I would like us to get into it straight. So in this example, I'm going to be using New Zealand CAD. And like I said, we're going to be using the weekly time frame. Now we're going to start with a change of trend, like to observe where the market was shifting, maybe from a downtrend to an uptrend. Let's see. Let's pick any part of this price. Let me just adjust it properly so that we can see properly the candles. I hope everyone can see the candlestick sizes. So I would like to choose a market which was already trending. Here the trend was not, this was a very steep market. It was more of an impulsive move. Okay, here it was trending. Okay, downwards and upwards. I think we should start from here. Okay, let's start from here. This is let's start from where the market gives us even the current market, so that maybe I can also give you a setup that you can use on this, right? Let's do it properly. Let's do it until the current market so that it will make sense to you. And also we shall finish the day by having our the setup that you can use to do analysis where you can wait for this trade. For example, if you want to trade New Zealand CAD, I won't give you where you should be waiting for it. Now, so let me pick out my replay tool. So let's start from here where this market was changing trend. I'm going to show you where exactly it's changed trend from. Now, observing this, the market was making, it made this high, right? Then it came and made this low here, right? Then it made a new high here. Then it made a low. Now, someone is asking, why didn't you consider other lows? It's because, remember, we mentioned in the previous videos that if you want to know a market that is making significant new lows and new highs, you have to look at the turning points that were giving us a significant pushes. Sorry. For example, if you look here, this was the push that gave us this retest here. And if you look here, this is a high, these are equal highs here, right? So this is not a new high. Then also, which one gave us a significant push to make a new high? It was this push down from here up to up here. So this was not a high. This red candle didn't make a new high. So this is all one swing. This is a higher low, sorry. And then this is a higher high, higher low. And then what did the market do? The market did create for us a new high also here, right? So when the market created this new high, what happened? The market failed to create a new high when it came back and retested. When the market came and retested this, of course, it passed through and did not take out this low here. In the previous video, I was mentioning to you guys that the distance between how the market makers get liquidity, the distance between the higher high and the higher low gives us the liquidity. Hope you can now observe it here. I'm just going to attach the previous video so that in case you did not watch it, you can be able to go through it. So now the market created this high here. Then when the market made a higher low, failed to take out this high. Remember, after the market making a higher high, higher low, we expect a new high, which the market failed to do, right? So now this is an indication that this is the first indication, not completely, but it's the first indication that the market actually is no longer interested in going up. Are you saying here? When the market fails to take out a new high like this, it's communicating, it's starting to communicate. It has not completely communicated, but it's just starting to communicate to you that, hey, I'm not interested in continuing up. Then secondly, what are you going to observe? We're going to look for the market taking out the previous turning point that it had just created. So if the market takes out this turning point, then we shall know that it's the first stage of us suspecting a downtrend starting, right? Also, those who do trend lines, you can see that you will have a trend line here like this. We have learned how to draw trend line on this channel. We have a full video on it. In case you don't have it, make sure you see. You can clearly see that I started from the lowest point, and I'm on a second touch point. I'm cutting through as many candlesticks as possible. So also this can be one of the factors I can use to know that the market is changing. So let's just try to play and we see. So the market comes and breaks through. So now I want you guys to observe something here, right? The market came and gave us like a pushback, which did not touch this area. So this is not a significant touch, meaning that this area is not tested, right? This area, let me make it red. This red area is not tested. This area here, are you getting it? Now remember our rules. What our rules are saying. Let's just go back slightly to the rules. Where did I write the rules? I wrote the rules somewhere here. Okay, I think I've cleared them. So the rules are saying that we are interested in looking for turning points that are not tested. Are we together? We're interested in looking for turning points that are not tested. Now, I've already identified this one, this red area. The ones that are not tested, I'm going to be marking them red. Now, let's play and see, right? Meaning that I'm only going to take a trade when I come back to this red area. Even this one is not tested, but the first turning point that is not tested that I'm interested in is only this one here. So no matter what the price does, I'm only interested in waiting for price to come back in this red box here. Are we together? Those are the rules that we wrote down. One, we're marking the levels correctly. We're using weekly. You can use weekly or daily. Then mark the levels, and only we're interested in levels that are not tested. Remember, the market first gave us double tops, then we broke down this turning point, and we expect the market to test the turning points. Now, this level is not tested. It attempted, but it didn't, right? So this is also a turning point that we have marked, but we're not interested in it yet. We're interested in this red one. We want price to come back. This is where the statement comes from that trading is all about patience. Now you're going to see how patience is actually used in trading here, right? So if you can master these rules that we just came up with, we're using weekly, taking our entries in H4, right? And only interested in taking trades at untested levels. When price comes back to that untested level, then we can take our trade in H4, right? Those are the rules that we're going to be focusing on. And also when we're taking our trades, where is our target going to be? Our target is going to be 3% of the account, or just almost at a new low or a new high, depending on the trade we're taking. Now, for example, this trade we shall be taking a sell. So it will be our trade will be when the price is making a new low, right? And also your stop loss is going to be 1% of your account, or an amount that you're willing to risk. I've already clarified that, right? When you're speaking in percentage form and your account is small, the amount may really look so small that you sometimes when you use a certain lot size, it will be very quick to reach that amount, right? So just use an amount that you're willing to risk. So let's try to play and see how the price comes. So this is the first time price actually comes back into this area here. So what we want just a small rejection before we can go into our entry time frame. So the market actually gives us a rejection here. So what are we going to do? We're going to go to our H4 time frame, and then we take our trade. Now I'm going to give you guys a new technique here, which you guys are going to be using in your trading, right? Now we're going to be using this same method to take multiple trades. Remember, we have just started a trend. We have just started a downtrend, meaning that you're going to ride this trend until when again you can observe a change in trend, that the market is now no longer interested in going down. It's going to start moving upwards. Are we together? So make sure you stick until the end. Like I said, if you watch this video critically and you note down whatever step that we're doing, you may not need to pay anyone to take classes. You just need to backtest, practice. Then you just keep watching this video over and over. Everything will make sense to you. No matter the time frame you have chosen to use, it is okay, right? The issue of time frame, we shall clarify it in another video. Then you'll just combine it with this one and it will be okay. So now we're just waiting for the market to break this point here. Then we can be able to take our trade because it has already touched our area of interest. This red line here, this red box, sorry, here. So when it takes out that area and on the retest, we're going to take our trade. So we break here. So I'm just going to mark here. This is going to be my entry there. So when the price comes back there, I'll be interested in taking that trade. So let's see. Okay, it came close to it. So I'm just going to take my short position here. And where is my stop loss going to be? My stop loss is going to be, guys, observe how I put my stop loss. My stop loss is just going to be up. Look to your left, where the market touched the red box from the area of interest from. Look at your left. What turning point was there? It was this one. So I'm just going to put my stop loss above there, right? And what is our where's our target going to be? Our target is going to be at a new low, or you can simply use a 1 to 3, which is 3% of your account, right? So my take profit or target is going to be at a 1 to 3, and you can clearly see this is a new low. This was the previous low that the market had made, and this is a new low. Are we together? So I'll just extend like that. Guys, observe here, we're going to take multiple trades. You can use this same method in whatever trading you want to do, right? So let's play, and we see how we play out. So when the market makes a new low, now I want you guys to observe something. You guys recall this box here? Let's just go back to weekly so that it will make more sense to you, right? Let me just come back here. So you guys remember this blue box here? At first wanted it to come and touch this red box. Are we together? Now, it has again broken back below this blue box. So now this blue box is going to be our next area of target, right? So I'm just going to change it to red, meaning also when price comes back here, we're going to take another entry. Already we have a running entry, right? Stop loss is well protected. Remember, do not change your trade. Always do these things. Set your parameters before the trade. When the trade is running, do not panic. Just place your trades, the ones that hit take profit, those that hit stop loss. You will balance off after the trade has finished running. Are we together? Remember, swing trading, you're holding trades for a few days or a few weeks, right? And always we're using small lot sizes, so you're always going to be safe. And if you follow these rules that we just started with, everything is going to be well, right? So now let's wait for the price to come back into that red area. Right now, our second trade is going to be at this one. The first one was here, which we already took. You see, it touched here, and then we took our trade from here. So now we're waiting for the price to come back there. And then we shall again shift back to our entry time frame. So it attempts to make a new low, right? The market actually makes a new low. So we're again going to mark this area. But first, we're going to make it blue so that it's not, because it's not at our area of interest, right? So our area of interest is this one. We already finished taking a trade for using this one here. So the next one is this one here. So let's see. When price goes to that red box there, we're not going to take a trade here, guys. We're not taking a trade here yet, guys. We're interested in this level here, right? So we're just going to take a trade there. So our first target here is hit, right? Let me see. The first target here is hit for this trade here, but we're again interested in taking another trade at this level, right? So let's wait when price goes back there. So price attempted to touch, but it did not touch it well. Do you guys observe here? Let me just extend this. Price almost touched, are you seeing? But it did not touch. So we want price to go back and touch that level. Are we together? Let me see if the price touched here. Not yet, right? So you just be patient until price goes there. If price does not touch, you're not. Now here, the price touches this level. You guys see this level here? This is the first time price came back here. So you're going to go to your entry time frame, which is H4, and we look for another entry. Are we together? So I'll just reduce this like this. Just reduce this. So again, the same procedure. We want price to first change trend, then we can take the trade. You can see it's making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. So, okay. Let's see if price gives us a change of trend here. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to take my trade because it broke this high here and back to this low here. So I'm going to take my other trade here. So I'm just going to take it at the current price. And where's my stop loss going to be? My stop loss is going to be again above this area here. Are we together? Above this area here, I was supposed to use this high here, but I'm not going to use this high because I just want to use the previous high just for in case the trade is to misbehave, or because it has almost given us almost the same entries, just a few pips. Can you see this previous entry of ours? Just a few pips with this one here. So that's why I'm using the same stop loss. So I'm just going to again make 1 to 3. So your 1 to 3, in most cases, if you're following this method here, in most cases, it's going to be almost a new low, right? Almost a new low. right? So since our stop loss was a bit higher, also the stop loss, sorry, the target will be a bit lower, right? So remember, this is our second trade. Now, the moment again, guys, follow here. The moment again we break below this blue slab here, this will be another opportunity to take a trade. Are we together? So let's play. Always do not change your stop losses, guys. If it is hit, you look for another opportunity, because right now you know that the trend is downwards. If you go back to weekly, you'll observe that the trend is downwards, right? So let's play and we see. So the trade goes, we are still in a drawdown. When a drawdown, let's see if it hits stop loss or take profit. If it hits stop loss, then we can look for another opportunity. Okay, so you guys can observe this trade again comes back below this blue slab. So let's go back to weekly and I show you what I'm exactly talking about, right? This is the importance of marking your levels correctly. The levels that have been tested are not tested. Now, I hope it makes sense to you guys, right? Let me just first take you guys to the basics. The market made this low here, attempted to retest, but it didn't test. Made a new low, then came back and tested. So this is a low, lower high. Then it came and made a low, lower high, right? But remember, this testing was testing this upper one. So we wanted also this level to be tested. That's why we waited for it to come back into this area here. Then it first went and took a drawdown. Sorry, it went into a drawdown, meaning that also there's a possibility the price could actually come up to here, right? Into testing this level, because it again came back and tested this area here. So this level here is not tested, and also this level here, there's a high chance price could come back here, because instead of it stopping here, it went and again touched this area. So what are we going to do? We are going to be focusing on this box here again. Let the price, want price to come back, touch here before it can drop, so that we can make also this one our area of interest, right? So let's see if price will go back and touch up there. Let's see. Did it touch? Yes. Price touched there, right? So when you go back to H4, let me just go back to H4. We have missed a good entry. Of course, our entry was supposed to be around here, but so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this trade at current price. Let me just reduce this. Guys, I hope you're following. If you do master this, if I'm very fast for you, please watch it over and over. If you do master this, everything is going to be simple for you, right? Okay, it's not going to be simple because you have to put in work. Eh? I should not sell you dreams. It's not going to be very simple because I'm interested in 1 to 3. So I'm just going to put the stop loss above this high here. I look to my left. So let me just put my stop loss slightly above this high, right? So now we shall have 2 trades running. I've sold at current price. So I want a 1 to 3. It's what I normally use. 1 to 3 because I know it will be a low. So 1 to 3. Let's see if it gives us the 1 to 3 there. So let's play again. Please, we have set our parameters. Do not hinder the trade, guys. Do not hinder the trade. Are we together? So let me just extend this. So let's play this trade, and we see if we shall hit stop loss or take profit. If it hits stop loss, we shall look for another entry because we already know the direction is downwards, right? Now again, the trade comes and tests this blue slab now, right? Let me just extend this blue slab. So it has broken below it. Now on the retest, again, you can take a new entry, right? So on this retest here, we should take a new entry. In case you want to take another entry here, you can take a new entry here, right? So I'm just going to add in an entry just at current price, and I'll put my stop loss just slightly above this level here, and I want a 1 to 3. So I'm going to put a 1 to 3. We shall count the trade, how many trades we have taken after. So this is a 1 to 3, right? So let's play and we see. I've set all the trades parameters very well. If I hit stop loss, we shall just count after, right? But we're already below this level here. It's protecting us. So we have enough room to be protected, right? So let's see if we shall hit take profits of how many trades. Which one will not hit take profit? Let me just extend this. Sorry. I need to extend this. like this. Just extending them so that we can see where we hit take profit from, or where we hit stop loss from. So we went into a bit of a drawdown into the new trade. So let's see how it plays out. Let's see how it plays out. Since this is a swing, you're going to have a little bit of patience. We need to extend this because we're going to hit take profit on it. This one, I think we hit take profit on it. Yes. These first two, we hit take profit on them. Okay. Okay, let's see how it plays. Let's see how it plays out. Still have this trade running. I'll just keep extending. Yeah, I just want to see where it hits take profit from, if it hits at the new low, so that it makes much more sense to us. The new lows and the new untested areas, right? Just keep extending this. Okay, this one hit take profit, this one hit take profit, this one hit. I think I moved this, but I think we hit also take profit on that. Okay, so this is the point whereby we hit take profit. So all these trades hit take profit like you did see. And what is the logic behind this? The logic is just marking accurately the levels, right? We have had a full video explaining how to correctly mark levels and how to correctly mark levels. And now in today's video, we have been looking at which level can you use. And the level we have been looking at has been the level that has not been tested. And you've clearly seen that all these levels that have not been tested, the market came back and tested them. I think we started with this one here. We took a trade, right? Actually, I think our first trade should have been, we took a trade around here. So I think I misplaced this. So our first trade was this one here. And then we came back to the second level here. Then again, we took a trade after the market breaking this, coming back to this level. Again, we took a trade after the market testing this one here. And also we took a trade on this one here. So all these trades hit our targets. But again, now, which levels have not been tested? Now, we have a level that has not been tested here because the price broke down. You see, these are all turning points. Let me just mark them for you. This is a turning point, this one here. This is a turning point, this is a turning point, making this a very strong level of a low, this one here, right? So this level here is not tested. Let me just make it green because, let me just turn it to green because it's going to be where we expect New Zealand CAD to come to. So let me just play it until the current price, and then let's just mark all the turning points. We have this turning point here, and also we have this turning point here. Now this turning point here was tested. This one here, it was tested. So I'll make it blue. Let's make it blue. But still, it could be an entry point still. And also we have this turning point that gave us that retest here. This one is not tested. You can clearly observe that. Then also we have this turning point here. I'll just mark it, right? But right now they all don't matter. Like how we used this one here, The price broke through it and tested, and when it came back, again broke through, then until it came back and tested it. Those are the rules of false breakout. We have also that video here. I'm just going to attach it and it makes sense to you. So New Zealand CAD needs to come and test this area. Then when it starts breaking back down, after testing here, sorry, let me just mark it. When it starts breaking down, when it breaks this one down, this will be another entry for you. Are we together? This level will be another entry for you. Again, when it breaks down, of course, it won't move smoothly like this, but like you saw up there. But as long as it's testing them, then it will test this one, and then it will break down again. Then we shall need the price to come and test this level here. So these are going to be your new trades, right? Now, currently, how is New Zealand CAD doing? It's currently pushing up. Now, the market closed when we're currently here. We're approaching this untested level here. Now, this is how market makers trap traders with the retail traders. Now, most people are focusing on buys because there's an aggressive move here, and they're forgotten that actually there's a level that is not tested here. So there are higher chances they're going to drive this market. If they want, they can give us a slight push, because it's an impulse. They give us a slight push and they finish up this move, and then they start the normal movement. Because if you go into the direction, someone might actually say, let me actually delete this. Someone might say that New Zealand CAD is in an uptrend. But let me prove you wrong. When you go to monthly, this New Zealand CAD is still in a downtrend. Do you observe it? It's still in a downtrend, right? The market is making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. So we had not had this test here, the test of this area here, right? And also this level here when the market broke out, right? The market broke through and made a false breakout. So there are higher chances the market is coming to test this area here before dropping back down, right? So you can clearly see that when you go to the directional time frame, it's still in a downtrend until the rules of changing of a trend are fulfilled. That's when you can see that New Zealand CAD has become a trade or a price movement that is in an uptrend. But right now, you can clearly see we are still in a downtrend, making lower lows, lower highs. Of course, we have another turning point here, which will become valid when we test this point and we break back down. Then again, it will be valid for us to use this as our area of interest. But right now, as it stands, we are interested in the other power that we saw in weekly. This one I was just trying to show you that the market is still in a downtrend. Are we together? So if you have any questions or that you have a part that you didn't understand, of course, after watching until you grasp something more, right? If you have questions, make sure you post them in the comment section, and the team will go through and they will be able to get back to you. And also, if this video made value to you or you got value out of it, make sure you give us the thumbs up button so that also many people can come across it. And then also those of you just come across for the first time across the channel, make sure you subscribe. Have a great day.